Do you know what it feels like to fail? Not once, not twice, but 1,000 times, and still not give up? This is the story of a boy who did exactly that. There was once a boy named Leo. He was known in his village for one thing: failure. Every evening, while others returned home, he stayed near the riverbank, surrounded by broken wires, rusted metal, and dead batteries. The villagers would shake their heads. Still chasing that foolish dream? They'd laugh. But what they didn't know was the reason behind his obsession. 1 year ago, Leo's younger sister fell seriously ill one night. The village was in complete darkness, no electricity, no way to travel safely. By the time help arrived the next morning, it was too late. That night changed Leo forever. He didn't just want to create light. He wanted to make sure no one else lost someone because of darkness. So he worked, failed once, twice, 100 times. People mocked him more than ever. Even his own father said, "You're wasting your life chasing something impossible." One day, a wealthy businessman passed through the village. He saw Leo's experiments and laughed. This will never work," he said, "but I'll give you money if you stop this nonsense and work for me." It was everything Leo needed: money, security, respect. For a moment, he almost said yes. But then he remembered his sister. He refused. The entire village thought he had gone mad. After months of failure, Leo finally created something that worked: a small light powered by his design. But just as he celebrated, a storm hit the village. Heavy rain, strong winds, flooding. His fragile setup was destroyed in seconds. Everything gone. For the first time, Leo broke down. He sat in the mud, staring at the pieces of his dream. Maybe they were right. Maybe it was impossible. The next morning, something unexpected happened. A few villagers, people who once mocked him, came to him quietly. One of them said, "We saw your light before the storm. It worked." Another added, "We didn't believe you before, but now we do." They brought tools, materials, even food. For the first time, Leo wasn't alone. Together, they rebuilt, stronger, better. And weeks later, the village lit up, not just with electricity, but with belief. Years later, Leo became known far beyond his village. But when people asked him how he succeeded, he always said, "I didn't do it alone. My failures convinced me." Sometimes your failures are not just building your success. They're building belief in others. So when everything breaks, when it feels like the end, that might actually be the turning point. Leo's journey teaches us that success isn't a straight path. It's built through pain, failure, and moments where giving up feels easier than continuing. Think about the moment when the storm destroyed everything he had built. That could have been the end of his story. Anyone in his place might have quit. Your biggest setback can become your biggest breakthrough, just like Leo. When you fail repeatedly, you're gaining experience. When people doubt you, you're building inner strength. When everything falls apart, you might be closest to change. Don't fear failure. Don't fear losing everything. Sometimes what looks like the end is actually the moment your story begins to matter. Success is not defined by how many times you win, but by how many times you refuse to give up.